Alright guys, so welcome to our running stretching video routine. We're going to run through with Ian a few basic stretches. They won't be overly detailed. We're going to go through the basic fundamentals of getting all the body in a position to run and also using the stretches for a bit of recovery. So we're going to start with a bit of a hip flexor stretch. So we'll use the mat down here. So if you want to come down into kneeling, place the foot forward. When we come forward to a hip flexor stretch, we want to make sure that we connect the core so we're not taking the stretch into the lower back, and we can even put both hands forward to the knees so we can support ourselves. So ease your weight forward onto the front leg, keeping your body nice and upright, taking the hip into extension, and then feel the stretch down the front of the kneeling side. You can oscillate back and forth, so come back off the stretch, and then again back into the stretch, and then we can add the same side that we're kneeling, lift that arm up. So extend the arm up in and stretch up toward the ceiling. And in this position, we're trying to just gently press forward through the pelvis, minimizing how much we arch the back. We're going to flow this into a hamstring stretch once you've done a few reps of those. So the first one Ian will show is with a bent knee. So keeping the knee bent, working a bit more on an upper hamstring stretch. We're going to lean forward from the pelvis and then stretch ourselves through the hamstring there. Then come back upright again and change the leg position to a straight knee. Work a little bit with the flex of the foot and then ease forward into that straight knee stretch to get a little bit of a different style of a hamstring stretch. Okay, good. All right, so we'll we'll go into our seated glute stretch next. So this one, we want to pay a good attention to our lower back alignment. We want to avoid letting ourselves slump when we do our glute stretch. So sitting nice and upright, we're going to bring the right leg over so it comes across, and we're going to always support the knee. So the right hand is going to go underneath the knee and even the left hand to the shin here. And then with the chest lifted up, we're going to lean forward from the pelvis and pull the leg just up so we bend from our hips, not bending from our back. Ease it forward and then oscillate off and then try again. The hand will sort of pull up. This can support the shin, and we can work forward into that glute stretch there. Okay, good. Standing up for the quads. So again, control of the lower back is quite important. We can support ourselves on a chair and then bring one foot back and grab the shin. And then when you're in position, try to minimize this back arch by drawing in from the lower abdominals, keeping up tall with your head posture. And if you can, you're aiming to bring this thigh back to parallel to the other thigh. A little bit of activation of the glutes is important and a bit of the connection to the core so we get a streamlined position through the hip and maximize our stretch into the front thigh. Easy position to go back into a calf stretch. So if you bring that back, you can keep the knee straight. If you keep the knee straight and press down through the heel, we'll get a little bit more of a gastroc stretch into the upper calf. And then if you position it with a bent knee, so now just change your position, might bring the foot forward more to you, and then press the heel down, and try to push down through there and keep the knee bent, and we'll get a little bit more of a soleus muscle stretch down here. Good. All right. Then we're going to go through our next one, our lumbar rotations. So we're trying to get a little bit of mobility through the lower back. So we're going to bend one knee up and then bring that leg across. Try to keep the upper shoulders area fairly stable and then just rotate to a safe amount to get a little bit of lumbar rotation through the spine here for some back mobility. Good. And then just swapping sides. That comes up, extend over, rotate across, grounding a little bit back through this shoulder and getting the rotation through your lower back. All right, good work. And then we'll do the last one, which will be our adductor stretch. So again, we can do a few little different variations here, but probably easiest doing it standing. So then we can lunge sideways into the stretch, and we focus on stretching out through this left adductor, taking our weight a little bit to this right side, and then go to the other side, shift across, keeping good support from the core so we're not arching through the lower back. In the second version, where we allow a little bit more hip flexion, so we allow our bottom to drift backwards behind us, and you'll feel how that gets a little bit of a different angle through the adductor, sending the hips back behind you. And again, pelvis drops back, support yourself well, even digging in a little bit more through this heel to help you connect to that adductor. All right, nice work. So leaving these exercises, you want to work through maybe 10 seconds at a time, holding the stretch. It's okay to build the stretch up, but we're sort of doing this as a bit of mobility. So talk to your physio, try to work out the exact dosage for each exercise and get yourself primed up for your next run and recovery after your next run.